All right, everybody. I just wanted to drop a little video in here to show you how to use Microsoft Word when uh, completing assignments out of Google Classroom. So here we have our assignment here. I've got a test. You come to whatever class it is. You enter your stream here on Google Classroom, then click on Classwork, and you go to the assignment you want to work on. For example, we're going to work on this one called Worksheet Reading Rocks Test. So we're going to click on that. And then you always can click View Assignment. Now, when that comes up, you see something like this, and in the upper right corner it says Your Work. And that's where you can add in your work. How you can I can structure this in one of two ways. I can just give one assignment for everybody here to open and download, or I can give you your own individual assignment to open and download. Either way works. Today I'm going to show you where I have just the one assignment. What you're going to want to do is click on the assignment. And typically we've used Cami in the past, but with Microsoft Word, Cami doesn't work so well. So what we're going to do is click on these three dots here for more actions when you open up the file to view it. You're going to click Open a New Window. Once you open the assignment in a new window, you're going to have the option to download it. And so there's this little bar here with an arrow pointing down, and when you mouse over it, it says download. Go ahead and click that. And when you click that, typically the download shows up down here, and you can click on it to open it up. Alternatively, actually, you can go and open up a file folder, and over on the side here, you can click Downloads, and you'll actually see the file there, and you can open it that way as well. But for ease of opening, you just go ahead and click on this right here. So that's opening the file. That's step one, opening the file. Step two is saving the file so that you can edit it and work with it. So you're going to want to click Enable Editing here. And then you want to save your own version of the file in your OneDrive. So you're going to come up here to File. And you're going to come down here to Save As. And then what you're going to do is click this little bar up here. Here's the file name and the Word document. You're going to click Downloads. And that's going to bring up a little box so that you can kind of work with where you want to save it. You're going to, every one of you has the option of the OneDrive here. You might have some other things on your side that looks a little different, but all of us have this one that says OneDrive Geneva Community Use Unit School District 304. So you're going to click on that one. And in here, it's going to show up all your folders and files in your OneDrive. I want you to go ahead, if you haven't already done so, click on New Folder and click one, create one that says Earth Science. Okay. Now, you can, I prefer that you name it Earth Science. And when you click on the folder itself, it says, oh, you've already got one. I already have an Earth Science folder, so I'm going to cancel that. And I'll just call it Earth Science Test. Okay, but you can, I'm sure, label yours Earth Science. You click on the little folder, and then it changes the name. And if I scroll up, Earth Science Test is there now. So I'm going to click on Earth Science Test. That's where I want to save it. And since I'm in the Reading Rocks unit, you could even go a step further and put your Reading Rocks work in the Reading Rocks folder, just being a little more organized. That's good. And then once you create that, you don't have to recreate that. Any other Reading Rocks assignments is going to go in the Earth Science Reading Rocks folder. This one's called Relative Dating. And so you're just going to go ahead and click Save. And now you have this assignment in your OneDrive. And whatever you do this assignment, it's going to be saved in your OneDrive. And then when it comes time to upload the assignment, all your changes will be saved. Now, the reason I'm going through this tutorial is because Microsoft Word has this draw category. If you look up here at draw, if you click on that, you can click on the red pen and you can actually change the colors of the pen to whatever you want, right? If you click this little down arrow. And you can also change the thickness of your answers and whatnot. But if you click the red pen, you can actually put your answer by clicking the mouse and dragging the mouse. So I'm kind of clicking and dragging here. Another way to do that is to draw with touch. If you click draw with touch, then you can go ahead and just use your finger. And I'm using my finger to make the answer now. I'm going to just use my finger and note that the finger is a little bit less precise than the mouse. So really the finger is not a good way to do it, and the mouse is not good. The best way to do it is to use a stylus. And right now I have a stylus in my hand. I have a stylus as well. And you have a little bit more control when you ink on your screen using a stylus. So I'm using a stylus here for this next answer, number 3. Um, and when I do that, I'm a little bit more precise. So notice this is a stylus. That's what we would want to use. This is our finger. Don't want to use that. And this is the mouse. Really don't want to use that either. So use a stylus when um, creating your answer. Okay, and you can actually get funky with it and change the fonts and everything like that. Okay, so that's the draw tool. And it's really handy when it comes down to things like this, where you can write on the answers like so. You can actually come in and when you come down to here, you can actually circle the answers if that's easier, etc. But when it comes to writing in the answer, sometimes there's not enough space. You might have to zoom in to actually write in your answers. Um, but as you can see, my handwriting isn't so good when using the stylus to write words. So stylus is good for circling and maybe drawing in arrows, um, labeling things, coloring things, on your work. Okay, but it's not so good for actually writing words, especially if you have bad handwriting. A better way to do that would be to insert a text box. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my pointer back here, and if you know it, you can actually use the eraser and erase what you've done here. If you just click and drag, it erases things. You get your pointer back, and I'm going to go to Home. I'm going to go to Insert actually up here, click the Insert button, and then come over here to where it says Text Box. As I say Insert Text Box, I'm going to click Simple Text Box, and it it brings a text box in. And what I recommend is that when you first bring in a text box, you just write the word answer in there, and or you can type the answer, and you can actually click on the corners and drag this around to make it bigger or smaller. So that's a good thing. Um, I would recommend clicking on the outside of the text box, and you can change your font size. And I would want you to do 14 size font in all your answers. Typically 14 is best. And then click on this one, highlight color. Go ahead and highlight it. Um, uh, Highlight your answer, and it makes it much more bold and much more easier for me to read as a teacher. Now look, I want to put my answer in there under the blank for number 1, but it's not cooperating. So I'm going to type in the actual answer there, reading rocks, and you can kind of do it like this or like this. You can center your answer in your box. Again, highlight your answer. um, I'm going to go ahead and try to fix this. So what you do is you go to Shape Format, and there's a few things you can do. First of all, you can go to Text Wrap here and do in front of text. And when you do that, your text box can now move without moving the stuff around on your page. The second thing you can do is notice how it's kind of covering up the words and stuff. You don't want that. So you go into Shape Fill and go to No Fill. When you do that now, it's not going to block things out. Last thing is let's get rid of the line around it. You go to Shape Outline and you do No Outline. And now you have a handy dandy answer box. And what you can do actually is go ahead and click on the outside of the box here, and you can move it around. You can again resize it to how you wish, and so forth, to make your answer in the appropriate space. Okay, um, and you can move it around. Now, what I recommend is clicking on the outside of the text box and copying. So I'm going to click on the outside of the box, so the box is highlighted. I'm going to go right click, copy, and then I'm going to click off away from the box and then right click and do paste. And when they do that, it brings up another one. And I can go ahead and, oh, actually this answer is not reading rocks. I have the wrong answer. So what I can do is go in and type over, just double click on it here or highlight the answer, and you type in your other answer. So natural laws govern the way geologists determine the age of rocks is called relative dating. Okay, that should have stayed highlighted. the law, and we don't want to leave answers in black because that's hard for the teacher to read. So you want to always highlight your answers. Um, the law of blanks is the older rocks layers on the bottom. That's superposition. So I could go here and write superposition and then delete all the rest of the stuff. And there you go. So now when I click on this and you can actually also put Control C, hold down the Control button and click C here. Let's click. No, thank you, layout. Control C, and then click away from the box. Hold down the Control button as you hit the letter V, and that's paste. And then I have my new answer. So this is how you use a text box to answer questions. So you can use the draw tool or the text box tool. As you've been working, Word actually automatically saves the answers, but you always want to save just in case. Hit the save button there. And then you can close this out. Last time you copied is on the clipboard. Do you want to save it? No, thanks. We can go ahead and close out the one. That was just how we opened it. We can go back to our assignment here. And in your corner, it's going to say your work. You're going to click upload your work, and you're going to search for it. You're going to find it in the Earth Science folder you created in the Reading Rocks folder, and then you're going to upload that assignment, and all your completed stuff is there. So that's it. So step one, open the file using the three dots in the download box. Step two, save the file in your Earth Science folder in your OneDrive. Step three, show and, do your drawing or text box editing on your assignment. Step four, save it. And then step five, upload it and submit your assignment to Google Classroom. So we're going to do this first assignment on on Microsoft Word to get you guys get familiar with how to do it. And again, of course, if you have questions or run into problems, don't hesitate to email or ask your teacher for help. Thank you very much. Have a great day.